So this is training from the 18th of January. I'm training chest and arms. This is session number 5 so far this year. I've just had a couple of days rest, so I'm nice and fresh, ready for the new session. In this session, I'm going to start with a warm-up exercise, move on to bench press, which I chose to work at 8 reps with 2 back off sets, followed by a hex press, again another chest focused movement, followed by close grip bench press and skull crushers for my triceps, and then finally a bicep superset to finish off. It's a superset just to try and save time, try and keep the sessions at about an hour long. For my bench press today, we were working at 8 reps in almost every single set. I worked up to a top set of 70 kilos and then had 2 back off sets at 50 kilos. The top set at 70 kilos was a pretty high intensity. It was about a 9 RPE. I could have maybe got one more rep, but the form was starting to crumble. My hips started driving off the bench, so I called it there. The idea with having 2 back off sets after my top set was just to increase the volume, get some more good reps in without having to give up on form. After my bench press, I went on to a hex press, which is similar to a dumbbell press, just with the dumbbells close together. I find this is a great exercise for my chest. I would have preferred to do it with 15 kilo dumbbells or 12 kilo dumbbells, but I only had 10s. This meant I had to stay pretty high in the rep range just to hit anywhere close to failure, so I think I was doing about 15 to 20 reps on my 3 sets. After the hex press, I went to a close grip bench press to try and do a kind of strength movement for my triceps. Now, this was probably a mistake in hindsight. My elbows felt pretty fatigued by the end of it, but I got a good couple of sets at 50 kilos, again around about 8 reps. I think I got a set of 7, a set of 10, things like that, depending on how it felt. I was having to keep it just off my chest because the further it went down, the more kind of shoulder and elbow pain I was feeling. After the close grip bench press, I went to a skull crusher variation. Now, I like to do it with dumbbells just because it feels more comfortable on my wrist as it doesn't rotate properly, and it allows me to get the full range of motion without any pain. I was using 10 kilo dumbbells and I got 3 sets of 10 out. By the end, my shoulders were feeling it and my triceps were absolutely fatigued. Then lastly, I went on to a bicep superset. The first one I did was a seated bicep curl, followed by a weird squatting cable bicep curl. The idea was just to try and get as much volume in as possible. The second exercise was a lot lighter, so I was able to do more reps where I couldn't do any more on the seated bicep curl. For the seated bicep curl, I went from a neutral grip, kind of like hammer curl, into a rotated supinated grip, which felt pretty good. And then on top of that, the second exercise had my elbow supported, so there was no assistance from anything. It was fully bicep isolated. I did 3 rounds of that superset and then I was finished. I'd done my chest and arm workout for the week. Felt pretty good overall, just my elbows that suffered a little bit. Now I'll have to be back in the next couple of days to finish off the training split with legs and core workouts.
So this is post-workout me. I just chilled afterwards and I'm just about to eat my post-workout meal, which is leftover lamb roast potatoes, also leftover, and 2 fried eggs with sriracha sauce covered all over them. I'm looking forward to it. But I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who's watch these videos. I really appreciate it. The goal wasn't to get loads of people to look at my training, because I think my training's pretty boring, but I'm trying to learn how to edit videos better. I'm trying to motivate myself to get in the gym more, and I think it's working. I want to try and keep it up, but it's really nice when people watch as well. So, thank you very much.